Alright, now at this point I got the doors on it. Real raw form of the doors on it. Just enough to get them bolted on and get it to where they'll open. The only thing I have hooked on is the hinges up there. I don't have the other side of the bar hooked on. I don't have the latch. And I don't have the striker plate in. None of the rubber. None of the glass, obviously. And just enough trimmed off the edge so the thing will shut. And both sides, this is a pretty weird spot. I'm not sure how I'm going to end up making that look, but it'll look better than that when I'm done. And both doors came out pretty good as far as how they're going to fit. I'll have to do a little bit of body work just to make sure the thing lines up pretty good. I'm thinking the car is going to be black, so I want it to be just perfect when it's all said and done. And I probably got 4 hours into getting the body leveled up and the frame leveled up and the body on it. And I'd say 3 hours a piece on the doors so far. And the other side lines up pretty much the same way. A little bit here and there to do to make it just perfect. But just in a raw form. I'm going to get everything sitting on there just as basic as I can, and then I'll start getting more detailed about it, more fine tuning. Right now I'm getting the hatch going. I got the hinges up here, and those hinges move up and down, front and back a long ways, and then they've got a lot of adjustment to go side to side. So you really don't got to be critical about where these go. Pretty much make it symmetrical each side. Stick it up on there where it looks good in the hole. Get up underneath there, draw some lines, measure it, make sure they're in a pretty good spot. You want your holes drilled so they're in the center here. That way you can move it side to side if you need to. And I'll get that on, get it trimmed. My glass showed up today, so that'll be nice. I'm going to have to put the glass up there, kind of mock the glass in position, and use that as part of the alignment, because I'm thinking the top of that hat sits way down in here, so the glass is flush with the top. So that's what's next. Got the hatch on there. Bolted it up. Fits pretty good for the first try. Lines up pretty even down the back. Lines up pretty even down the sides. Looks real good. And then when you open it up, when it's fully open, both sides are even up at the top, which is an indicator to me that things are sitting in there square. So that's good. Then you let it down, and it wants to relax right there where it should be. So now I'll just start trimming it, get it to where it fits in there. Looks like the back is a different shape, but when the hatch pulls it down, then you got stoppers on the end, so that might be just what you want. Pull that down, then it'll even itself up. Held down by the latch nice and tight. That should be pretty good. Got the hatch trimmed up so it'll fit in there a little bit better. Works pretty good. Pretty happy with the hinges. They turned out pretty good. And when it opens, pulls away from the back instead of towards it, which looks like it's not going to have any problems, you know, once it's all together and painted. And one thing you want to pay attention to when you're initially set this thing up is make sure that the inside is going to be centered so you can put your weather strip on. You don't want one side way up tight and one side real loose. Same thing with the doors. It's not only do you want it fit in the outside of the body, obviously, but you need to watch on the inside. Make sure there's a nice even gap all the way around the inside for the rubber seal to fit in there. And that's it for the hatch and the doors. I think next thing I'm going to do is start getting the rear end set up, ready for primer. Do the mud work on it and stuff, get the lights to fit, carve out the holes, get the hatch to fit in there the way it's supposed to, final fit, and maybe just work from the back forward, get the doors done after that. Not sure if I want to put the glass. This is a Generation 2 kit, which started to be available in January of 2010, I think. But the Gen 1 kit, the Gen 2 kit, has a nice glass right here. There's been people, someone made a nice scoop that goes here for the cold air intake for the motor. I'm thinking about putting a scoop right there on each side instead of the glass. I'm not sure yet. Otherwise it can get fresh air from the bottom down in here. This is going to be opened up. Then I'll get the hood scoop on it. The hood scoop is functional. It's actually going to draw cool air into the engine bay when the car's moving, and then when the car's sitting there, it's going to vent the hot air out.